gotta review Frankenstein? Dracula's bad enough, but how the hell am I supposed to review this? I mean, Dracula was hard enough, but I enjoy this movie more. How the hell am I supposed to review this? Oh, whatever. At least everything's still in black and white, so I don't have to change anything. And I do want an excuse to watch Frankenstein again. Screw it, let's do it.
Being released November 21st, 1931, this was to bank on the success of Dracula, as they wanted to have Lugosi play the monster, but he wanted to play Henry Frankenstein, so instead Boris Karloff played the monster, making the movie iconic and amazing.
So let's watch Frankenstein and try to make fun of it, even though it's going to be unsuccessful since this movie is goddamn great. But let's try.
So the movie begins with Van Helsing himself introducing the story of Frankenstein.
I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you.
There's nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust your picture.
Hey, what the hell?
We are controlling the transmission.
What's that, boy? We're in control? Hey, look! I can see my voice!
God damn it, I'm not reviewing Treehouse of Horror.
This is my voice on TV.
Dad, you're ruining the mood.
Sorry.
Damn it, I can't turn it off.
So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance.
There we go. Back in control.
So if you have sensitive children, maybe you should tuck them into bed early tonight instead of writing us angry letters tomorrow.
God damn it!
Well, we've warned you.
There we go.
Thanks for your attention.
God damn it!
So the credits play with the monster being uncredited.
Because we all clearly know it's Bela Lugosi. Well, actually, it almost was. And, will be.
Oh well, the credits end as we go to a graveyard as a hunchback and Frankenstein open a grave and cut a hanging man down.
But the brain is useless. Man, you gotta be Peter Cushing, alright? You gotta be cold-hearted. You gotta kill people for your parts, you know? If you did that, this would be much faster.
As he tells him to go to a classroom and steal a brain, and he does grab a good brain, but of course he drops it. So he says screw it and grabs an abnormal brain.
Because why not? You know, this is why you gotta be cold-hearted, Frankenstein.
And meet Victor as he goes to see Henry's fiancée.
But what makes this confusing is that in the book, his name was Victor Frankenstein, so you're kind of gonna be confusing names a bit. It doesn't help the next movie's called Bride of Frankenstein.
As his fiancée is afraid of words and Frankenstein's experiments, them wondering what it is, as it seems strange. As they talk to the professor about him, them leaving him being insane and wanting to make life.
And he'll do mostly anything to get it. Except for murder, I guess. I don't think he murdered anybody. I mean, he's clearly not as cold-hearted as Peter Cushing.
But he is mad, though, wanting to make life. As we go to Frankenstein, him starting his experiments as it's storming outside, as the body is ready, as everyone's there to see his experiments. And so he lets them in to see his experiments as he has some witnesses to see that he isn't crazy.
Now, even though I do prefer Peter Cushing to Colin Clive, I will say this, Colin Clive is goddamn great still. He just has that insanity in his eyes, and his hair definitely helps the way it is. Makes him look, well, mad. And he does a really damn good, well, he technically is the true monster, I guess.
So to show them that he isn't mad, he shows them his experiment, and they're about to begin as he talks to the professor about his experiments.
Sit down. At first I experimented only with dead animals. And then a human heart, which I kept beating for 3 weeks.
Yeah, watch Curse of Frankenstein if you want to see that.
I created it. I made it with my own hands from the bodies I took from graves, from the gallows, anywhere.
Except for killing people. To my knowledge, he's not that mad.
So the experiment begins, lightning going into the monster. As when it comes down, well, I'll let Frankenstein say that.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! In the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God!
Oh, God! You can't say God! Make the lightning louder. But yeah, he just looks mad, and it's a really great line. It's so damned iconic. It's great. And then, you know, he's not really that mad, though. Because, to be completely honest, probably act the same way if I created life.
As we go to Baron Frankenstein, as Victor and Elizabeth talk to him about Henry's experiments, as Baron doesn't believe it, and he wants Henry home, goddammit, as Frankenstein is happy, even though the professor thinks he might be dangerous.
Don't worry, there's a good brain in his head, so it's all good.
The brain that was stolen from my laboratory was a criminal brain.
Oh, well, that was a mistake. Oof. Damn you not, Igor!
But oh well, we are able to finally see the monster for the first time.
And Jack Pierce did an amazing job with the makeup. This Frankenstein looks so iconic and he's so damn great. And Boris Karloff as Frankenstein is really damn good. And he does a great job as Frankenstein. The only problem, though, is that all that stuff is kind of heavy.
As Frankenstein talks to the monster, making him
Sit down!
as the monster does understand what they're saying, wanting a hug, I think.
Aw, all the monster really needs is love. If you would have given him some love, maybe he wouldn't be so bad of a thing.
Where is it? Quiet, you fool!
Damn it not, Igor! It seems going good before you came here. Actually, why the hell does fire scare him now anyway? Oh, I guess it's since he hasn't been outside for a walk yet, so I guess it makes some sense. This is his first time seeing it.
The monster being taken down by the three, as he's having a tantrum, especially with not Igor whipping him.
Damn it, leave him alone. He just needs love.
As Frankenstein's monster gets pissed, of course, as not Igor was teasing him, so Frankenstein hanged him.
And this gives people the fan theory that actually is Igor. Which, yeah, I can believe that.
As they leave the room, them decide they must kill the monster, so they take a needle and they knock it out.
Yeah, this was cut out of the original version since 30s audiences, yeah, they weren't into shit like this. And also the I know what it feels like to be God line that was also cut out because, you know, but the good thing is that they actually had this shit still in storage, so they put it into the movie again, which, hey, I'm just glad it's in the movie again.
As they're able to lock the monster up, with Victor being there now, and the Baron and Elizabeth being there too, they see Henry as he falls down to the ground, as the professor says he will destroy the monster. As when he goes to do it...
Yeah, the monster wakes up. You know, you probably should have done something to, like, stop its heart or something, just in case the anesthetic doesn't work, since this monster is a little big, and anesthetic might not work for as long as others, so you probably should have done just a little more to him.
So now, the monster is free. Frankenstein feeling better, spending time with Elizabeth. Them getting ready for their wedding.
Which they're finally doing it, but they chose a terrible day to be doing it. But at least it's not raining.
A man goes down to the party as there's a little girl there with her kitty cat who sees the monster there.
I'm Maria. Will you play with me?
Who isn't afraid of the monster, just treats him like a normal person. The monster actually plays with her, showing that the monster has sympathy, and, you know, I've always really liked this. You know? Just, if they would have treated him just a little better, maybe it would have been successful.
No, you're hurting me! No!
He probably would have needed just a little more time. Or, yeah, maybe a lot of time. Yeah, this was originally cut out, understandably, since even now people don't like little kids dying in movies.
As at the wedding, Elizabeth is having a bad feeling about the day. Her seeming mad, him saying that he'll always be there with her, him being told the professor is dead.
Yeah, maybe if you would have done that with him, maybe you'd still be alive. And maybe one extra person, just in case, so you can overpower him. And maybe he would have lived.
As the monster is there in Elizabeth's room, but just to scare her.
Not sure why he went in there. I guess he just wanted to scare her. I don't know.
And as it turns out, the little girl is dead. Her father carrying her dead corpse in his arms.
Which, even without the part where the monster kills her, this is really good still, since the little girl still died and they still show it. And seeing the father carry her is kind of sad. Actually, it is definitely sad.
As the crowd follows him, being pissed off, wanting the monster dead. Then postponing the wedding, of course, as the monster must be destroyed. Angry mom going out for revenge. The monster avoiding them.
Yeah, I'll mention this now, so I have the chance. Even though in Bride, I probably will have the chance to make fun of this. But, you can clearly see that they're not outside. You can see the background back there. But, that's just a nitpick.
As Frankenstein finds his monsters, but the monster overpowers him, so he carries him up to a windmill. As up there, they fight, as Frankenstein is thrown off the windmill.
Holy shit! And somehow, he survives this. Even Dracula Renfield died from that. How in the hell did he survive?
But oh well, the windmill is put on fire, the monster burning alive, as Frankenstein somehow is still alive.
I guess they wanted a happy ending. I guess that's why they left Frankenstein to live. I mean, I personally probably would have preferred the monster going down with the doctor, since it shows that the monster is the doctor. But oh well, I guess they went back for Bride of Frankenstein. Definitely would have helped with that line they talked to Elizabeth earlier, but oh well. This movie is fucking amazing, so it doesn't matter.
Personally, I prefer Frankenstein and Dracula.
Even though, oddly enough, anytime they're imitating the monster, they're imitating Lugosi.
I've always liked the sympathy of the monster. I mean, I just really like the sympathy, and if the monster would have had more love, maybe it wouldn't have went on a rampage. The monster is greatly played by Boris Karloff. But the monster is great with that iconic look, and Frankenstein himself is great too. Colin Clive having a madness in his eyes and doing a really good job, even though I prefer the Doctor being the true monster, but still, this is really damn good and one of the best Frankensteins you can watch. And I have to give Frankenstein 1931 a 5 out of 5.
I mean, this movie is great, but I think that Bride of Frankenstein is better, and definitely love to when I get to that. But we're not doing that yet. I don't feel like reviewing another one of these again, so, or at least not for a while. So anyway, whatever we're doing next time, I'll see you later. Hopefully it's something good. See ya.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
So if you have sensitive children, maybe you should tuck them into bed early tonight instead of writing us angry letters tomorrow.